This is Master Theory, Book 1, Lesson 11, where you're talking about rest values. So for each note value in music, there's an equal rest value. The time signature determines the value of each note or rest. Here, so when you have a quarter note, there's a quarter rest. When you have a half note, there's a half rest. When you have a whole note, you have a whole rest. So the way we write it is here. When you have quarter rest, they look like the bird is on a sideway, or you can draw it like a 30, basically. So it's like a little dot and then draw a slightly longer stretched 30 and then color it a little bit. But make sure it's not super long. So the best way will be like this and just kind of color it. For half rest, it looks like a hat, like this. So the hat needs to happen on the third space. And when you write a hat, you have to try very hard not to cover the whole space. I know it's very narrow. So when you draw it, make sure you start on the line and then gradually build the way up. If you can see it. So you're going to start from the third line, draw the line a little bit, and then gradually move up, left and right, kind of paint it. So do not draw like here at the bottom or on the top, no. So just draw on the third space. If you have a whole rest, it's also on the third space, but it's hanging from the top. So same thing, you can draw from the fourth line and then come down a little bit like this. So start on the fourth line and then color slowly down. Make sure you don't cover the whole space. Don't go this. That's no good because nobody can read that, right? So the R's in this theory book connected by a dash point to the same note value. So if you have a half rest, you're gonna see RR with a dash right here. If you have a whole rest, you're gonna see RRRR with dashes between them. Okay, let's do the exercise. Practice counting the following exercise aloud while tapping your foot evenly and steadily. Don't forget about a dash between the R's. So we have this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, 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 rest. 1, 2, rest, rest, rest. 2, rest, 4. And then number 2, write the beats under each note and rest in the following exercise. So let's try 1-2 because it's a half note and we have to have the dash in between them to connect the value. The third one is a quarter rest, so I'm going to write an R here. And the next one's not going to be 3 because third beat is replaced by the R, so you're going to write 4. That's the fourth beat of the measure. Next, 1, rest, rest, 4. And then rest, quarter, rest, I should say rest, dash rest. I'm sorry. I'm thinking I'm 2 quarter beats, but it's not. It's a half rest. Then the third beat is a no, so we're gonna write a 3 and then quarter rest, so it's rest. Here R. Last one is R 2 because that's the second beat. 3 and then rest. Number 3. How many rests? Rests equal a whole. How many half rests? Sorry, half rest equal a whole rest. So a whole rest has 4. A half rest has 2 beats. So how many half rests equals a whole rest? the answer is 2 of them, because 2 plus 2 equals 4. Number 4, how many quarter rests equal a whole rest? So a whole rest, it doesn't matter if you use whole or whole rest. But this time I'm going to use whole rest. So whole rest like this, which has 4 beats, equals to a quarter rest. How many quarter rests? So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 4 times. So the answer will be 4. Number 5, how many quarter rests equal a half rest? So a half rest looks like a hat, a normal way. This is 2, equals how many quarter rests? So we're going to do 1 quarter rest, 1 plus 1 equals 2. So the answer is 2. That's the end of lesson 11. Lesson 12, it's a review page. So I strongly encourage you to finish it before you check the answers with me. All right, so here we go. Number 1, write the beats under each note and rest. And you can see the letter names or syllable. I'm not going to write syllable this time. I'm just going to write a beat. So it will be 1, rest, 3, rest. 1-2, rest, or 2 beats, so there's dash between them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1-2, -3, -4. And here 3, 4. So it has 1, 2, 3. 1, rest, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. 1-2 and rest. Number 3, join the missing bar lines in example 3 and 4, then write the beats. So here you have 4, 4. So you need to have 4 quarter beats in each measure. So rest is 1, 2, 3, 4 bar line. Rest 2, 3, 4 bar line. That's a half rest, so you're gonna have rest dash rest, and that's a half note. So 3-4 bar line, 1-2, and then half rest. So they are 2 R's with dash. Number 4 is 2-4 meter in the time signature. 2-4 in time signature. So we're gonna have 2 beats, 2 quarter beats in each measure. So you can only have 1, 2, not more than 2. So here we go. 1, 2 bar line. 1 rest bar line. 1, 2 bar line. 1-2 bar line. And then 1, 2 bar line. Rest 2 bar line. 1, 2 bar line with dash. 1 rest. Number 5, place the correct time signature and then write a beat. So here we have 1, rest, rest, 4. So you have 4 beats in each measure. We're going to complete the rest of it. Writing this shouldn't take too much time. So I'm just writing them. Next one. When we count a beat, you notice there's 1 quarter beat and then 1 quarter rest and the bar line. So that means they only have 2 beats. So the answer is 2 on the top number as the top number of the time signature. The next measure is 1-2 and then 1 rest, 1-2 rest, 2. 1, first beat, and then rest. 1, 2, and then 1 dash 2. So 7 is using whole note, whole rest, half note, half rest, quarter note, quarter rest to fill the measures and write the beats and count. So you are not going to have the same answer as me, but be cautious about how you write your notes and the direction of stems, and check if your half or whole rest are neatly on the third space, in the third space. So I'm going to try a whole note here, and it'll be 1 dash 2 dash 3 dash 4. And then I'm going to write a half note and a half rest. So it will be R, R. The third measure, I'm going to try my quarter note. So I'm going to do quarter, quarter, rest. So it'll be 1 R, 3 R. Last one, I'm going to exercise my whole rest. So yeah, you'll have R, R, dash, dash. The last one, 3, 4. So I'm going to use only half note, half rest, quarter note, or quarter rest. We haven't talked about dotted rhythms yet, so I'm not going to use dotted half note. So here we go. We can have a half note plus a quarter note. 1 dash 2, 3. Next one, I'm going to have a note, and I'm going to put in 2 quarter rest. So 1 rest, rest. And actually, you may be thinking, why don't you put in a half rest? I could, but usually when you have a meter and the beat unit is a 4, which is quarter beat, then when you write rest, you're supposed to follow the unit value. So you can use half rest, but just it's harder to read, and theoretically you may have trouble in the exam. So if, let's say, when you have 4/4 and you have a quarter, you have a half rest, that's pretty legit. But in the exam, they usually want you to write out each beat of rest according to the time signature. So here, there's again, quarter note. I'm going to write a few more. So it's 1, 2, 3. And then like this, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm still writing melody. And then a half note plus a rest. All right. That's the end of a review of lesson 12. Oh, wait a second. I should write all of them. I didn't see the last part. So it's 1, 2, rest. 1 dash 2 and the rest. Okay, here we go.